Welcome to Chapter 8, Section 2, Capacity and Weight in the Customary System. All right, capacity means is the amount that can be held in a container. All right, so these are some customary units of capacity. First off, 1 fluid ounce, cup, pint, quarts, gallons. This is a capacity unit, and this is a weight unit. Some of them are and they don't mean the exact same thing. So these are some conversion factors. 1 pint is 2 cups. 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces. And it works all the way to 1 gallon. So what we're going to do is we are going to be doing some converting. Okay? And I want to show you something very quickly. The fact that each of these, looking at this first one, 1 cup equals 8 fluid ounces. Now what that means is they're equivalent. So if you wrote them as a fraction, 1 cup over 8 fluid ounces, since the numerator and denominator are equivalent or the same, this equals 1. So I can multiply, and this is actually called a conversion factor. The conversion factor. This whole thing is a conversion factor. And all of these can make a conversion factor. 1 pint. 1 pint equals 2 cups. That means I can make 1 pint over 2 cups a conversion factor equal to 1. I can make this one right here, 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. So I can put gallon is equal to 1, which could equal. So it doesn't matter which unit is in the numerator or denominator. What matters is they are equivalent, so it's a conversion factor. So, taking a look at this, 5 quarts. Right. Since we know 1 quart is 2 pints, 5 times 2 equals 10. So 5 quarts equals 10 pints by multiplying by 2. Now, that is a pretty basic way of doing it. What I would like to show you is something called unit analysis, which tells us that if we have 5 quarts, and you're going to multiply by a conversion factor. You're going to multiply by one of these things over here. And since we're dealing with quarts, we are using the conversion factor. So take a look at this. If I were to cancel out quarts, if I wanted quarts to disappear, I would have to have quarts in the denominator. And if quarts are in the denominator, then pints are in the numerator. And then we use the numbers. 2 pints, 1 quart. This conversion factor equals 1. Now, canceling out. Here's the units quarts in the numerator. There's quarts in the denominator. And the only unit I have left over is pint. So that's 5 times 2 pints gives us 10 pints. Exact same answer as what we had here. All right, let's see some more. So, 80 fluid ounces, 2 pints. All right, this is going to take a little bit more. We're going to fill this out and then do it another way. First, find the number of cups in 80 fluid ounces. Since 80 fluid ounces, 8 fluid ounces is 1 cup, divide 80 by 8, and we get 10. That means we have 10 cups. Next, find the number of pints in 10 cups. Well, 2 cups is 1 pint, so divide by 2 to get 5. There are 5 pints in 80 fluid ounces. Now, we're going to do it like we did just a second ago. So 80 fluid ounces. And we're going to multiply by a couple different conversion factors. Well, first off, we have to get rid of ounces. So ounces have to go in the denominator. And look, here are ounces comparing to cups. So ounces and cups. Well, we now have to get rid of cups. So since cups is in the numerator, cups go in the denominator. And the cups are equal to pints. And all we have to do now is write the numbers in there. Meaning, cups to pints. So we need this one, 1 cup for 8 ounces. We need 2 cups for every 1 pint. And now we're multiplying. So we don't even have to care about the units. Ounces disappear, cups disappear, pints is all that we have left over. 80 times 1 times 1. 1 times 8 times 2 still gives me 5 pints. All right, this is basically a unit analysis. I would rewatch these videos, especially my boy. Rewatch it. All right, so let's do this 3 quarts. We need to get to pints. So look back here. Here's a quart. So that means we multiply by a conversion factor where quarts is in the denominator. And it just so happens that pints is the numerator. So how many quarts and how many pints? And now we see the quarts cancel out. Pints is all that's left over. 3 times 2, 6 pints. That's how many pints are in 3 quarts. "96 fluid ounces." And we're trying to get to pints. All right, well, let's take a look. So, multiply by a conversion factor. We're using these key concepts. And ounces. So, right here, 8 fluid ounces. Ounces has to go on the denominator. Cups go on top. Cups have to go down low because we want them to cancel out. And up top, we're using cups and pints. And so now we do have where we're trying to get to. So, what cancels out here? The ounces cancel out. Oh, I'm sorry. We first need to put the numbers in. Ounces to cups, 1 cup, 8 ounces. Cups to pints, 2 cups, 1 pint. So now we can look at the fact that ounces cancel, cups cancels, and we have 96 times 1 times 1, 1 times 8 times 2 equals 6 pints. There are 6 pints in 96 fluid ounces. Okay, rewatch those videos, but now we're going to take a second and look at weights. And we can do it the exact same type. And we're going to start by thinking that 2,000 pounds is 1 ton. So we divide by 2,000. I think we get, what, 55 tons. Now that looks simple, but it's hard to remember whether to divide or multiply. So we will do it our way, my other way again. 11,000 ton. So we have to multiply by a conversion factor. Oh, not tons, I'm sorry. It was 11,000 pounds. So we're multiplying by the conversion factor that has pounds in the denominator and tons in the numerator. Well, pounds, tons, 1 ton, 2,000 pounds. And now we have 11,000 times 1 over 2,000, which gives me the 55 tons we were looking for. Okay, let's keep going. There's a couple more examples, I think. Right, how many people at a banquet can be served 4 ounces of carrots and 8 pounds of carrots? From 8 pounds of carrots. First, find the total number of ounces in 8 pounds. So, pound. 16 ounces, so multiply by 16. It's 128. Then take 128, divide by 4, 32. So that means 32 people can be served this. Now we just happen to know what to multiply by, but if you didn't, you have 8 pounds of carrots. Multiply by the conversion factor that has pounds to ounces. Well, 1 pound was 16 ounces from this one right here. And then you get 128 ounces. All right? So that's what we have. Well, we know that each person wants per 4 ounces. Now when we divide, take a look. Pounds cancel, ounces cancel. You're left with ounces here. You're left with persons or people there. 128 divided by that's 32 people can be served from 8 pounds of carrots. All right, almost done. Rewind and rewatch if you need to see some of those examples. A boulder in a national park is estimated to weigh 4,000 pounds. How many tons is this? Well, let's start with 4,000 pounds. We're dealing with the fact that we need, or we have something that is pounds right here, tons and pounds. So my conversion factor divides by pounds, multiplies by tons, and divides by 2,000. 1 ton, 2,000 pounds. 4,000 divided by 2,000. 2 ton. Part D is just like the other one. So if you want to try on your own, please feel free. But if you don't want to, we're dealing with how many 4-ounce bags in 7 pounds of chocolate. So 7 pounds. Oops. 7 pounds times a conversion factor that has pounds in the denominator and ounces in the numerator. So 1 pound is 16 ounces, or vice versa. Pounds cancel. 7 times 16 equals, I think, 112. 7 times 6, 42. Yep, ounces. And we know that it is 4 ounces per person. So ounces now cancel. People are the only thing left over. And you end up with, let's see here, 4 goes into 11. 28 people can be fed this candy. All right, so there was a lot there. Make sure you bring your notes, and make sure you try page 426, numbers 1 to 10, all. Give them a try. And as usual, we will work on this in class.